Hi everyone, I'm Ben and this is my wife Grace.
Hello.
And we are owners of Balm. A lot of you are wondering about tallow for your skin, and you want to know what kind of problems can this tallow balm solve? What kind of issues are people having with their skin that tallow can help them with? So Grace, why don't you talk about some of the problems that we've been hearing from our customers that are being solved finally with tallow? What are you seeing?
So one of the main things that we see customers having success with is with eczema and with acne and with dry skin, and using tallow as a general moisturizer that is effective and doesn't have crap in it, and so that makes it a really good moisturizer. A lot of lotions and products that you can purchase, even the ones that say vegan and cruelty free, they're made from vegetable seed oils which have been processed, and they break down and oxidize and have free radicals much more quickly than tallow does, because tallow is much more stable in its natural state, and it hasn't been deodorized, and it hasn't been a solvent hasn't been used in the process to make it into this piece of a lotion puzzle. Instead, we're making a balm that is all natural.
So share some stories.
So Dana, one of our first customers, Dana has 3 children, and they were all born and had some skin issues pretty much from infancy, and she used the tallow balm on their skin, and their eczema went away completely. In fact, she hasn't needed to buy any more since, because their problem was solved, which is amazing. Another customer, her name is Marie, she uses tallow on her eczema on her hands and has found it more soothing than using a steroid cream, and because it's a more natural option, it is valuable to her as she pursues having more natural personal care products.
There's another guy, when we first got started, his name was Derek. He's from Pennsylvania here, from our area. And he was a sales guy, and he was a little bit self-conscious about his shaking hands, because his hands were like sandpaper, very dry. And he said that they were cracked and even bleeding a little bit. Again, he's from our area here in Pennsylvania. We gave him a jar, and again, about 2-week turnaround time, his hands were finally healing. And he had tried pretty much everything under the sun. From what I remember, there's all kinds of things that he had tried using, but tallow was the one that was able to penetrate deep into his skin. Instead of sitting on the top, sitting topically on the surface, is able to penetrate deep into his skin and actually start healing that from the inside out.
So acne, we've had several success stories with acne, and so many that I'm happy to say that I think tallow is one of the best options you can use for acne. We sent a sample of our tallow to a friend of mine, and her daughter's name is Kayla, and Kayla is a teenager, and so she suffers from hormonal acne, and we got pictures back from before, 24 hours later, and 48 hours later, and Kayla's skin went from having little pimples all over her forehead to being almost completely clear. I think it was such a significant change that we were almost surprised by it, how quickly it helped her. In addition, we have had several people, Michelle, Jess, Rebecca, and Josie, use the tallow on their skin intentionally, because the tallow does not clog their pores, and so then they regularly don't have to worry about acne, because it is just simply keeping their skin moisturized without having any sort of pore clogging.
Yeah, that's a big thing to mention about tallow, is a lot of times people feel like other stuff, especially plant-based skincare, will kind of sit on the surface of their skin and it'll clog their pores, and it can actually cause a breakout. Where tallow, what we keep seeing and hearing from people is penetrating deep into their skin. It's getting deep down within. It's actually being absorbed. And you don't ever have to worry about acne breaking out, because people are using tallow for acne to solve that problem. So if you're using it for dry skin or eczema, you don't have to worry about the tallow clogging your pores and creating acne. We're not
creating another problem.
Creating another problem, right? It's not doing that. So it's healthy.
And so we have heard from several people that so when you have poison ivy, for example, it's a dermatitis reaction. You're red, it's oozing, and all that. And so after you get medicine, if it's a severe reaction, you get medicine for it, and it starts going away, it gets very, very dry. You get this dry, cracked skin. And I have a friend here who told me that the tallow was the most soothing thing that she could put onto her skin to heal the area that was dry and cracked. It just felt so good. In addition, people have been using our tallow balm as a moisturizer, just for their skin on their face, their neck, sometimes on your hands. and it can be used anywhere on your body. And the reason that it's so effective is because it is tallow's fat composition is nearly identical to that of your skin's sebum, the oil that your skin produces. You only have to use a very small amount, which is why we sell our tallow in 2-ounce jars, because you don't need to use a lot. A little bit goes a long way, and it protects your lipid barrier. The skin is hydrophilic. You might absorb water and look like a raisin for a bit, but all that water then is evaporated, isn't absorbed into the body. And what tallow does is it protects your skin, and it also helps us naturally heal because of all of the fatty acids in it that our body needs to heal.
So Grace, what about those who have sensitive skin? There's a lot of people out there who have very sensitive skin. I'd be one of those people. How have you seen tallow working with them? And which of our products do you recommend for those who have really sensitive skin?
So if you find that you react to fragrances, if you have trouble even with essential oils because they have chemical constituents and it's in a highly concentrated form, we would recommend that you choose either our unscented tallow, which is just tallow and a small amount of olive oil, or choose the vanilla bean tallow if you prefer a scent, because this tallow is made only with vanilla extract, tallow, and organic olive oil.
Yeah. And if you're extra sensitive, you can always try taking a little bit of the tallow and rub it into a small spot on your skin, let it sit there for about 24 hours. If you're not seeing any rashes or anything, then you're probably in the clear. You can go ahead and use it on any of your other problem areas. So Grace, if people want to buy Tallow Balm, they want to try it for a little bit, we do sell it. And where can they go to find tallow? And what would you say about how our tallow is made? Is there anything you want to share?
Sure. So we sell our tallow at nuaicbalm.com, and we have 5 varieties. We have 1 unscented and then 4 scented varieties. And we have lavender, a lightly lavender. We have one called Woods, one called Citrus Joy, and we have vanilla. And they are scented with doTERRA essential oils, and the vanilla is scented with a Kirkland pure vanilla extract. And what makes our tallow different, we sell our tallow in amber glass jars, which extends the shelf life of the tallow because it's not exposed to light rays as immediately. And we also have
everything is grass-fed, grass-finished. In fact, one of the farms I think I mentioned earlier in this video, one of the farms that we get our tallow from is right behind us. And the standards that they go from, I don't know if you're familiar with Lancaster, Pennsylvania, but a lot of standards here go beyond organic. And so that we feel really good about offering a product to our customers that we feel comfortable using ourselves, our family. We give it to our children, things like that. It's important for us to make sure that we're serving you well with the same products that we would use. We don't use a different product than what we would sell to you.
Yes, and we think sourcing is super important. And so not only is our suet from the cows that are eating grass all of their lives, but we also purchase a very high quality organic extra virgin olive oil from the company Bragg's, which is cold pressed, and it is single sourced from Greece, and that's that. And we only use doTERRA essential oils because we found that we really wanted a company that has good third-party testing, that is very rigorous testing, and has a purity standard that is acceptable for our family. And then the Kirkland brand pure vanilla extract.
So if you'd like to try any of our tallow, please go over to nuaicbalm.com, and I'll put a link down here. And thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, just let us know. We'd be delighted to help you. Take care.